Hey, what's up? Estamos aquí con un buen amigo, Alan, que ha quedado segundo lugar en el regional de Atlanta. ¿Fueron cuántos jugadores? 300
Like
y
three something,
algo.
350, 351, I think.
350,
So,
ok.
decent amount of people today.
Es un torneo difícil. Mucha gente que sí sabe jugar vino el día de hoy y se ha quedado en segundo lugar Alan con su deck MALISS. Y vamos con el deck profile.
Yeah, so, you know, the deck profile is like very standard. It's 2 dormouse, 2 white rabbit, 3 hare, and 2 cat. I think this is the correct ratio. I don't think this should change. Maybe some people are cutting this to 1, but I think the second one comes up a lot. So for the extenders, the backup engine, I think this engine is the greatest thing ever for Cyber's decks. Like literally with this, I was able to push through games under Lancia, or just like set up where I know I just cannot die under Lancia. So really good engine. There's one game I opened up both of these in hand, so like it didn't matter. So pretty cool. One of each of this deal. I was thinking about playing Baldrick, but I think this is enough. You know, they did their job because, you know, with Magnum, if you use Jurisform first and then link it off, you can go Magnum Mutts, recur it back, which I did like once today. But they did their job. For hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Fua, 3 Droll, and then 2 Nib. I was testing 2 Paralio instead of 2 Nib, but I just, when playing Droll, and especially in a format where a lot of people are search, it's like, it kind of feels weird having Droll and one of them will Charmings in hand. Yeah. So that's why I decided just to play like 3 Droll and then 2 Nibs. So because if I draw into Nib, I usually just wait against the Ritual deck and the Mitsurugi until they start tributing everything. Then I'll just Nib because like I don't have to worry about them searching again. So. But, you know, it came up a couple times, but a lot of the times I did side this out a lot.
We noticed that you're playing the Nibs. You're playing of course, the Drolls, and then the Charmies. Did you ever find that this conflicted with your
Not today.
Other stuff? A lot of people play Impulse and...
Not today. I think, of course, like game 1, if you play against Malice, like, of course, this card kind of is iffy because depending on their hand, this either can slow them down or just not do anything. But there's only a couple times where I went for one and I did draw into Droll, but it really didn't matter. I guess like Mitsurugi, but like my hand was so stacked that I didn't care. Like I was just gonna break through the board and beat him.
Okay. My boy got the goo. It is what it is.
So for spells, 1 Ghost Arc, 1 Talent. So I am playing 41. I was gonna just make it 40 and cut this, but this card was MVP. So many times where I just drew it against like the final round. I literally opened this up all the games and I just won the game.
Okay.
Limited.
Yeah.
No, it's
mirror.
for good reason.
It can help you extend because, you know, if you banish it off the field spell, you can like add it. You can add hair. So 1 AI Meet You. I think this card is amazing. This card can help you push through if you're under Lancia. So any normal summon, like it can be a Dormouse or anything, they Lancia you, that's fine. You just link off, activate this, get backup, get Wizard, and you just play. So typically I just end with Red Ransom, Mirror, and if I have other hand traps. But it did its job today.
You ever had a situation where the AI Meet You, the locking part of it never caused a problem?
No. I think me switching over from Beastman to this is like what's the best thing ever because I think this card's really good.
Smart.
1 Terraforming for the 2 field spells. You know, can't play 3, but you know, more consistent.
Okay.
For traps, you know, the 2 1-ups. I don't play TB11. I know some people say, you know, not to play it, but I never had the situation where I needed it. Like,
Right, and it's always better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right?
3 imperms. I don't think imperm are that good this format, but at a regional level, you know, you play a lot of rogues sometimes, and they can do wonders. Like
game ender on some situations.
Literally, I think I impermed Saji from the Mitsurugi deck like 3 times, and they just passed their turn. And then the greatest trap card in the game right now, Impulse. Shout out to the guy who let me use these today. I never caught his name. So, you know, thanks for the impulses.
Yeah, thank you for letting us borrow the $90 cards each. All right.
Mighty Morphin Power Ranger token, which is pretty
Token.
cool.
All right.
Side deck, 3 Lancia, you have to
Of
play
course.
it.
The game ender.
For MALISS and for Christian. I played 1 Christian today. I literally had 4, and here's the cool thing, I had Lancia or 4, right? So typically I was like, oh, I'm not afraid of talents that much anymore, or Ash, because, talents is at 1 and Ash, if they have it, right? So what I did, I waited to see what he normal summoned, and once I saw it was something he needed to banish and grave, I just activated the Lancia, and that passed his turn.
Oh, nice,
So
nice,
he
smart.
he just went link 1 to the clockwork and passed turn, so good card, love this card. 2 Aurelia. I wanted to fit my side deck with more options, so that's why I didn't put this to 3, but I think 2 was perfect. When I saw it, it did its job. If I didn't see it, its backup replacement did its job, which is Meows. So 2 Meows. This card did good against MALISS as well. Yeah, so. And then Phantasme. I decided to play.
Whoa, okay, hold on. Let's talk about this. Hold on. You can't just drop Phantasme and not say nothing about that.
Sorry about the rarity differences. This is all I had.
Nah,
but
it's all good.
I decided to play Phantasme because I'm like, Mitsurugi is, probably going to be played a lot, but also MALISS. And a lot of people here in Georgia love MALISS. And I was like, and against, if I open this up game 2 against them and they start linking it away, I'm going to draw like 3 or 4 cards and, and draw me into broken cards, which it did. So I activated it, and then I drew into Impulse Ash.
He said, like, literally, I'm gonna keep drawing. I'm gonna just keep drawing.
Yeah, so I drew Impulse Ash, and that won me the game.
Jesus Christ.
I think Phantasme is a really cool card.
Wow.
1 Heart Piece, 1 Call By, and the 2 EE.UUs.
Okay, yeah. So let's talk about this one.
This could be a break game going game 1. I really never just saw why I needed to main deck this, so that's why I just like, I'll just side it in.
Right.
If I needed to.
We all know why we need
Heart
Call
Piece,
By.
if I draw, I draw. I actually drew it against you, Bell, and I got rid of the Nightmare Pain and the Field Spell and everything, and I was able to push for game.
Of course.
With you, Bell, with Nightmare Pain, I'm forced to attack his monster. So.
Right. And then there's always the chance you run into Odeon and all them other stuff just to get rid of them.
I got to give a shout out to my friend Nick. He recommended this last minute. He's like, this will help you if you open up this and any name or anything, it will at least get you to at least a red ransom with mirror, right?
Right.
So that way, if you have mirror, impulse, imperm, ash, or droll, you
doesn't
just
hurt.
Mirror, banish the red ransom to target negate, banish red ransom, and you can get at least MTP07 set up.
There you go. Okay, I get you. That makes sense.
2 strikes.
Strikes?
These were going to be D-Bears, but I was like, D-Bear, I don't think it's enough to slow down a deck because,
Hit 1 deck and that's it.
Yeah, so I went with strike. I opened it up a couple times and it won me the game because they're just go effect on like strike and they're just like, I can't do anything. And so.
Anytime you ever wish that it was like a Solemn instead or something?
No, because Solemn is a great card because it does negate spells and traps, all right? But like the thing is like you waste too many life points.
Yeah,
and
especially.
I'm not really trying to waste that many life points.
That's what I was talking about with the previous.
Especially you play, against good players and they know how to grind.
Right,
So it's like, I just don't want to be down on a lot of life points.
Smart.
Like this one game, I was down to like 200 life points and I was like fighting for my life. I didn't win that game, but I won game 3. So extra deck, Link Spider.
Yeah.
Double Lingarebo, I think this is correct. I think one is incorrect.
Finding.
It did its job. There's times where I have 2 Lingarebos on the board, and I still made ally code, so they don't imprint my ally code. So.
Okay.
Splash Mage.
Yeah. Splash Mage.
You can't really. It's
you
a
got to.
deck. Yeah. SP Little Knight. I barely went into this guy at all. I think I only went into him a couple times, and not to combo, just so I can get rid of a back row.
Right.
Because I'll probably still have the extender for me to like. Make it into like a red ransom or like a binder. But
I would say it's the same thought as like GWC. Rather have it than not need it. Not need it.
It did its job today. So.
Right.
1 dark.
Yeah.
Just for the mirror matchup for anybody that plays darks or anything, just for me to take them and just link away.
Yeah.
So I am not playing Almirage like my friend Julian, the first place guy. I played Haggardos. I was going to play Almirage, but there's I get the concept. You normal summon a a hand trap, link it off, and then if you have backup, you can go. But same thing, like it's the same concept. You can, if you already have a monster on board already, like a nib or a magnamut, or sometimes I'll do like hair, like during their turn, I activate hair, summon 2 malices and stuff like that. This will come up.
All right.
So it came up a lot, and I love that I played it. Cyber's Wicked, so you can get to the backup engine. Went into this a lot. Firewall was iffy. It won me round 1, and it won me game 1, round 8 or 7 technically, but it was there. Regeki, like, you know, why not? It's good against Malice, and against some rogue decks it can, because they just can't keep extending like Malice can. Access code, you know, put the fear of them. Just make sure they're like, all right, if I don't nib here, he's just gonna OTK me. Ally code, Omni Negate, which is really cool. And then, of course, the 3 Malice. Yep,
there you go. The 3 ladies.
So, you know, that's the extra deck.
Dripping in gold, baby. Sensational, sensational. Anything that you would have liked to change, like about the main deck?
I think the deck performed fine. And there's nothing really that I was like, you know what, I don't want this, I don't need that. I think the way I built it for today's tournament was fine.
Okay.
I just can't think of anything right now.
Okay.
But,
fair enough. All right, well.
Yeah. Shout out to all my friends. Shout out to Adam, Jose, my 2 best buds from college. Shout out to Jarvis and Julian, Minsu as well. You know, we all play Malice, so, you know, we all try to help each other the best we can. Shout outs, you know, to everybody, my locals that, you know, without them we won't be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh. What else? Yeah, so yeah, shout out to all the homies back at home who didn't come play Yu-Gi-Oh, but you know, they're probably out doing some fun stuff. But yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Ese fue el deck profile de Alan. Preguntan, ¿cuántas cartas? How many cards?
41.
41. Y pues ya se las saben, les voy a empezar a traer deck profiles de puro campeón, puro jugador chingón de aquí de Georgia. Este güey habla español, pero se cohíbe. Manda saludos en español, güey. Saludos a mi jefa, algo, güey.
That's how Ice gets you.
A huevo. Juliano.
Time for me to go home and just chillax.
Bien hecho, hermano. Ahí estamos. Sigan, suscríbanse, comenten, ya se la saben. Todo eso que hacen por sus Yugi-tubers favoritos. Ayúdenme, que yo los ayudaré. Se la lavan.